I knew I first loved bugs when I was very, very young. I live up north and on a Long Lake, and there's a bunch of aquatic insects there on Long Lake, and I was just enamored with them at a very, very young age. So.
And what did you do to study those bugs over the years?
What I did is I figured out kind of through my Envirothon coach and my science teachers that these insects could actually tell me what the water quality was like. You know, if I have this bug and that bug and, you know, this one too, then that means that you have a good water quality or a poor water quality. And so I basically went around and I started assessing the different lakes and streams around my house. So I just became fascinated with that whole idea that they can be used as a tool for biomonitoring.
And what did your friends think about that? Did they join you on some of these bug hunts?
I've got a very, very tolerant sister. But my friends kind of think it's a little odd, it's a little strange. You know, Ashley likes her bugs, you know, that's just kind of weird.
Now, in high school, you were very active in environmental issues.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me what you did with Envirothon and some of the issues that you worked on in high school.
With Envirothon in particular, I was definitely able to exercise that whole kind of part of me about wanting to be environmentally forward and saying this needs to happen, this needs to change right now. So we actually did a series of projects. My first year, the project we did was we took a trail and we kind of made it accessible to all the students in the school so they could, you know, see nature and they could be educated about nature, and that turned out really well. And it's being used, and kids are getting taken out on the trail at a very young age, and you know, being able to identify the tree species. So that's definite plus. The next year we actually did biodegradable silverware, which we tried to implement in our cafeteria. Wasn't as successful as we wanted it. I come from a very, I don't know if a Republican area, I'll be blunt, and they weren't very happy about these changes because it costs a significant more, you know, it costs a lot more than, you know, they'd be willing to pay. My third year, it was actually my junior year and my senior year, I was working on getting a wind turbine up in, I went to Glen Lake School, so we wanted to have a wind turbine at Glen Lake. That is very, very difficult to do. Not only do you have to get an anemometer so they can record the actual wind movement and, you know, see if this is actually a potential, if this area can even have one. And then on top of that, the school district was not very pleased with having a wind turbine there. So that kind of got shot down pretty fast.
So in your 3 years in high school, you had one success story and two that they'll look back on and say, we need to do this someday.
Exactly. And I think now, you know, it didn't end when I was in high school. There are still Envirothon teams at my school carrying out that same idea. So I think it's actually on the, you know, the docket, I guess you could say. It's on the list of things to do. So it is still being considered, which is a plus.
But you came to Michigan State University because you want to be an entomologist.
Yes, that is the only reason. I will be completely honest, the only reason I'm at Michigan State.
And they have a good program in that area.
They do, yeah.
But you've discovered that it may not be here forever.
No, yeah. It's actually being cut. It's the official rumor right now, I guess you could call it. After this year, I don't think they're going to accept any more undergraduate entomology majors.
So you have made it under the wire.
I have. Very, very close.
You got there just at the time that they said if you'd waited a few more days, it might not have happened.
That's essentially the rumor. I don't know for sure if they're still allowing people to declare the major, but the idea right now is that I'm the last of the last.
Will that devalue your degree by not having a group of colleagues back here in that program?
I've heard both sides. I've heard that they're going to want you to be really well off because they want you to be the last person through. They want you to be strong, finish strong. And I've also heard that they're going to push me to the side and be like, well, you know, you're done now. We don't really care. But I guess the positive aspect of this, the very little positivity I can pull out of this, is that their graduate program is still intact. So there's still going to be those graduate students that are going to be there, and I'm still going to be able to rely on them to some degree, I guess.
What were other colleges that have an undergraduate entomology program that you looked at?
I looked at Ohio State, and I also looked at the University of California, Davis, which has the best entomology program in the country. The only reason I came here is because MSU is the only one in the state that I know of, and I did quite a bit of research, that has an entomology program, or had an entomology program for undergraduates.
And the out-of-state tuition is almost prohibitive.
Yes. My dad heard that, and he was like, "Oh, wait a second here, Ashley. Wait a second."
If you had the ear of the upper administration at MSU, what would you tell them about the importance of that program?
Oh, I would just love if they would keep that, and keep the program there. I would love that, because I think there are so many people out there that don't even realize that that's an opportunity, and it's a big opportunity. I mean, bugs are a huge aspect of our existence, and the fact that we're just going to kind of be like, well, yeah, all right, whatever, it doesn't make any sense to me. Also, in addition, the whole idea that we are an agricultural school, that makes no sense to me. It's almost, it's hypocritical, to take out one of the biggest aspects of agriculture being insects, pesticides, all that kind of stuff that really does encompass entomology. And when you're taking that apart, it's almost like you're taking apart the name of MSU. So I'm very confused at this decision.